Hello there, Pisces. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of September 9th through the 15th. We are going to be working Monday through Sunday for this week. And the deck that I'm using is going to be my Wildwood Tarot. Monday's card already just flopped right out for us. That's not really kind of normal on this channel, but we'll take it when it comes up. You guys have a lot going on. We have cards flopping all over. There's Tuesday and Wednesday right there. We might just see if your whole week flops, Pisces. I'm not used to the cards flying right out like that. Definitely something going on. I do take cards that fly out as an enthusiastic message from Spirit. It's almost like they're a little bit louder than the cards that I actually have to pull to get messages. So it's almost like Spirit is saying, hey, pay attention. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we have, hey, pay attention cards for you, Pisces. All right, so let's look at this first one. The first one that comes up with the hey, pay attention enthusiasm is the Stoat. Now the Stoat for me is a card that talks about really realizing your own self-worth and how important you are as a key component of the universe. Starting to understand how you make a difference with even just the little things that you do. And also it talks about starting to find your own happiness. So when we have the Stoat coming up, this tells me you might have kind of lost a little bit of your own happiness. You may have been obsessed with making another person happy, or you may have been obsessed with bringing in the money, honey. But now when we have Monday showing up, you are starting to focus on your own happiness and you're starting to focus on your own self-worth together. So really nice card for you. Like I said, that came in as a loud message because it popped out of the deck. Okay, so that just means pay attention. Tuesday, another loud message. You have the Wanderer showing up. Now the Wanderer is telling me that you are beginning something as a leap of faith. This is something that, you may not have all the logical reasons of why you should do this, but you still just somehow know that you know that you know that you know that it's the right thing to do. And so this is a new beginning of something that you don't know where it's going to take you to. You don't know what the outcome will be, but you just know that it feels right to do this right now. Okay, that can be a relationship, that can be a work project. That can really fall in any area of your life, but the key there is that you have a leap of faith that you are beginning on Tuesday. Now, let's look at Wednesday. This is the last card that came out, the last emphatic, enthusiastic message that we had showing up for the week for you, Pisces. And by the way, you are the only sign. You are the last sign that I'm recording, and you are the only sign that had cards pop out. Okay, so what we have here is the Three of Stones. This is my creativity card, and it's in reverse. What I'm pulling off of this card for you, Pisces, is that you guys have kind of tried to keep things in control in your environment around you with some of the people that you work with, that you live with, people that are part of your sphere of influence. You've tried to keep things under control. Maybe in your life you have some people that tend to go a little bit overboard on their reactions to things or how they handle things. And what's going on Wednesday is that Spirit is basically saying that you're just one little person. And you can't make decisions for these other people. You can't make them be a certain way or do things a certain way. You're just you. And basically Spirit is saying to you, take the pressure off of you. You're not responsible for how this person behaves or what they do or if they go overboard or not. What you're responsible for is how you handle yourself. And you've been putting a lot of pressure on you to be responsible for how they are handling themselves. That's not working. That's not working. And it's not working because all that pressure, we're designed to deal with the pressure of handling ourselves. And when we have children who are still minors and who cannot make decisions in a reasonable way, we are responsible for them. And I'm not talking about your 23-year-old who hasn't moved out of your house yet. I know somebody out there is wondering that. More than one somebody. No. I'm talking about children, teenagers, and below. Those are the ones that we're responsible for as parents. Once they get beyond that, hopefully we have trained them to use their own brains and to be somewhat independent. But once they get beyond that, we can no longer be responsible for how they're reacting to things, how they're behaving, how they're handling themselves. All we can do is be supportive, be encouraging, but we are not responsible. And so by taking on that responsibility, you're really putting a whole extra load on your body that you were never meant to carry, and on your spirit is what I'm hearing. So this card on Wednesday basically says those things where you were trying to be responsible for how other people are acting, behaving, performing at work, whatever else, all of that stuff, that's fallen apart on Wednesday. I hate to be the bearer of this news, but the truth is it's fallen apart because it's a bigger job than you were designed to handle. That's like adding a Tonka truck to clear the dirt to create a highway. You were not designed to handle all of everything that other people are doing around you. And so it's fallen apart because you can't. You just, logistically, you just can't do that. And so I think you should be ready for on Wednesday. Things are going to kind of come crashing down for some of these people who you've been trying to help prop up all this time. Things are going to start coming crashing down for them. And Spirit is saying that it may look horrific when it does, but it's a wake-up call for them, and they need this wake-up call. And that's why you can't fix it this time. It's not a matter of whether or not you want to fix it. I'm getting this strong sense here that Spirit is not going to allow you to fix it this time. They're going to put you in a position where you just can't. You can't prop this person up anymore, which is going to make this person start to realize that they might need to figure out how to stand up on their own. And it's going to be the beginning of a learning process for them. Okay, so that's for Pisces on Wednesday. Obviously, that's a very specific message. It's not going to apply to all of you. This is a general reading. If it fits you, take it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. But there's definitely somebody who needed to hear that. That was the last card that flopped. It was an emphatic message, and it was delivered appropriately. Let's move on to Thursday. Okay, guys, Thursday we do have the hair showing up in reverse. Now, for me, this card has a completely different meaning in reverse than it does whenever it's right side up. So in reverse, this card is telling me that there is a male authority figure who has passed away already. Not somebody that's passing away on Thursday, but somebody who has already passed away, who is looking over your life and who is trying to influence things from behind the scenes. Okay? This is going to be somebody who is like a father or a grandfather or an uncle or a great uncle. This is going to be somebody who maybe is a teacher or was a mentor to you. You know, somebody who had some type of authority. Male, definitely male. This is not one of those things where it could be female that's assertive. No, we're talking male who has crossed over, who is still trying to work things out for you behind the scenes. Okay? And I'm going to tell you also that what I'm picking up is that this male figure is a little frustrated with how much you've been trying to give other people because you've been neglecting yourself and trying to look out for other people. And this male figure that's crossed over, that's trying to help you from behind the scenes, is feeling like you're shooting yourself in the foot, so everything that they do to try to help you is just going straight out the window. So they're a little bit frustrated. But they're showing up in the reading to encourage you that they're here, and especially after everything comes crashing down for the other person, they're letting you know that you're not alone, that you have people around who have crossed over, who are still interested in helping you and who are still helping you from the other side with the things that they can help with. Okay? All right, so that is Thursday. Let's move on to Friday. You guys are going to have the longest reading this week, that's for sure. Okay. All right, so Pisces, we're looking at Friday here. We've got the Guardian in reverse. This is a card that says that somebody knows that they need to make some changes and knows that their life would improve if they make some changes, but they're not going to. Many times people choose not to because they're afraid of where those changes are going to lead. They're very comfortable in their miserable life, and the unknown scares them even though their comfortable life is kind of miserable. Okay? And here's what I'm picking up on who this is. This is not only is this someone that you're interacting with, but it's also you. So it's you and another person that have some kind of toxic pattern going. Both of you know that you need to change the pattern. You know that you need to change things about how you interact with this person. This person knows that they need to change things in their lives for your lives to improve. You both need to make these changes, each of you, for your own lives to improve. And I see that you're not. You guys are kind of like on the buddy system of, you know what, we have this cycle going and maybe we're miserable in it, but we know how this cycle works. I help this person and help this person and help this person until they get mad because I've helped this person too much and they don't seem to appreciate it. And then I blow this person off. Or they blow me off because I am doing so much for them they feel suffocated. Can go either way. But you have this cycle here that is, it's just really toxic. And neither one of you wants to get out of it because you both know how this cycle works. Even though it's not comfortable, you know how it works. I would implore you, please make the changes you know you need to make to be happier. That yes, there's a lot of unknown here. You don't know what's going to happen on the other side of these changes. This is going to impact all of your life, not just a little bitty piece of it. But it's going to impact it all for the positive. So please, 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 if you feel yourself resisting a change that you know you need to make, you can only be responsible for your actions, but at least for you, start to make those changes so that you can start being happier, so that you can move on with your life in a more productive way. Okay, because if you knock down these changes, like if you make this card come in right side up and you're knocking down those changes, you're knocking down this scary little skeleton guy, which how scary can he be? I mean, he's just a skeleton. There's not even any meat on him. Once you knock him down, then you can see there's a path behind him. You get to continue on your path in a very productive way. So once you make those changes only help your life to improve. All right? Now you can't do anything about what this other person is doing, whether they're making the changes or not. That's their deal. But you can do something about you. Okay? So that's for Pisces. Wow, your weekend is crazy. Okay, let's just jump in. Saturday you have the happiness card. This is happiness, it's fulfillment, it's satisfaction. You're doing something that makes you feel very pleased. Very happy to see that card. Sunday, you have the morning card. That's why I say your weekend is so crazy. This is absolute, I mean, these are the two opposite ends of the spectrum. Total happiness and then sadness. Intense sadness. Okay? So it could be that on Saturday you're actually mourning or you're actually grieving. You could be going to a funeral or whatever. It could also be that there's somebody who has passed away a while back ago that you're thinking of and you're kind of thrown into one of those currents of grief, like I like to think of, or a wave of grief. Because sometimes, you know, you can feel like, okay, I've gotten through the worst of grief, and then a couple of days later you have this wave that comes and takes you over, and you realize, no, I'm not through the worst of it. This could be something like that happening. I've also seen this card come up for just great sadness, like if somebody lost their job or something like that. So this is a card that talks about some kind of sadness, some kind of grief that's coming in on Sunday. Okay. So that's your week, Pisces. You guys got a lot more advice than most other people did for their week. I hope that you find it helpful. I know it's not the most cheerful thing, but the point isn't to be cheerful. The point is to be helpful and productive. So that's why I'm here. those of you who need some questions answered because of some of the cards that came up, or those of you who would just like to have more clarity on your life in general or even a particular part of it, I do offer private sessions either online or on Skype, or on the telephone. So all you have to do is contact me to schedule something like that. I try to get to you guys as quickly as I can. I don't believe in waiting lists. I can usually get to you the same day or the next day. So if you're in the U.S., just give me a call on my cell phone. That's going to be, well, a call or a text. And if you're outside the U.S., just use Skype. Once again, call or text. And I will get you guys scheduled in and taken care of as quickly as I possibly can. Looking forward to seeing some of you Pisces people here during the week for readings. And then I'm also looking forward to seeing the rest of you here on the next video. Peace out.